Blessings, protection and guidance, inspiration and encouragement of all the masters, past, present, and future, all the Buddhas, enlightened ones, and bodhisattvas, gods and goddesses, dakas and dakinis, dharma guardians, the entire invisible array, the entire lineage, all those who have gone before, were always with us, inviting and invoking them into this place, this mandala, this sacred circle, this holy pyramid of the triple gem, the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, enlightened body, enlightened breath, energy, or speech, vaka, enlightened heart, mind, the three jewels within, the inner pyramid that we're always in, that's in our heart, the inner sacred space that's bigger than the outside space around us. Invoking and inviting with gratitude and appreciation, seeing the light, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Devis and Devas in each and every one of you, and all beings, human, animal, insect, birds, fish, and the unseen beings as well, past, present, and future. Seeing the light, the Buddha-ness in all and everything. That's my practice today. And naturally treating others as one would be treated oneself, or even better than we treat ourselves. The diamond rule, see the Buddha-ness in everyone and everything. The diamond rule, like the golden rule 2.0, the diamond rule. Practicing seeing the Buddha in everyone and everything. Bhavana, cultivation, development. Sati Bhavana, cultivating unitary vision, total awareness. Sati Bhavana. Now let's complete our co-meditation by chanting the mantra of loving kindness and compassion, the Dalai Lama's mantra, the jewel in the lotus, or the Buddha is within us mantra, Om Mani Padme Hung, the Tibeto-Sanskrit mantra, Om Mani Padme Hung. Chant with me, chant together if you wish, otherwise just relax and let the shabd, sacred sound vibrations wash over you and through your chakras and channels, and follow with the guided loving kindness and compassion, joyful prayers and affirmations that come with it, this compassion mantra. Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme. The tune has 4 lines, 4 parts. Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme Hung. Or just hum along, Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme. Wishing may all beings be happy. Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme Hung. May all be peaceful. Om Mani Padme Hung, Om Mani Padme. May all be liberated, free. Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme. Co-meditating with the Dalai Lama, hum along, get in the spirit of it if you feel like it. Om Mani Padme. Oh, don't worry about the sound. Om Mani Padme. This is a Buddhist prayer. No one's listening. Om Mani Padme Hum. I don't hear you. Om Mani Padme Hum. There you are, brothers and sisters. Om Mani Padme. Again, open the heart, breathe deeply, let it out, open the heart chakra, move a little. Om Mani Padme. Don't be stone Buddhas. Living Buddhas, move. Dancing heart. Padme. Om Mani Padme. There you go. Come on. Om Mani Padme. Wishing well to all beings with his metta, loving kindness, maitri. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. Opening the heart like a sunflower, like a lotus blossoming. Padme. Radiant heart, Buddha heart. Om Mani Padme. Wishing all beings happy, fulfilled, content. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. Compassion for all who suffer, feeling with them and being moved to help. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. Empathy, feeling with other, is the root of compassion, friends. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. Joy to the world, radiate it, embody it, be it. Om. Joyous heart, Dharma Padme. Oh, of spirit. Om Mani Padme. Opening the wings of the heart, soaring of spirit. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. Singing is believing. Om Mani Padme. Fake it till you make it. Hey, it works. Why pretend you're unhappy all the time? Padme. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. Loving all equally, embracing all. Mani Padme. Breathing it out, breathing it in. Om Mani. Breathing out the love and breathing it in simultaneous. Om Mani. At the prana level, Padme. Om Mani Padme. Breathe deeply, let it out, open the heart chakra, radiating and reabsorbing light simultaneous. No, don't think about it, it's not hard. You're already doing it naturally. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. Love to all who are just like us. Mani Padme. Who want the needs same as we do. All interconnected, interwoven, one at heart. Om Mani Padme. Co-meditating with the Dalai Lama through using his heart mantra, bodhicitta mantra, compassion mantra. Om Mani Padme. He's right here now. Feel it. The archetype of compassion and love, joy, equanimity, forgiveness, all the Brahma Viharas, how the gods abide. The four faces of Buddha's love, the four boundless. Oh, gently, softly, Padme. Oh, Mani Padme. Melting, dissolving in inner light, love, bliss, Satchitananda, awareness. Om Mani. clear light. Dissolved in the inner light, the Dharmakaya, the Buddha mind, pure presence, primordial presence, awareness, the transparent eyeball, divine mind, if you like, Dharmakaya. I am that. I am that. One is that. Again, bowing to the Buddha in your seat. Don't overlook her. It seems extra to say anything after that. All has been said. Done is what had to be done, as Buddha said, under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya. And yet, life goes on. Here we are, being and doing, both together. Together is my theme today, awakening together, shared awakening, co-meditation, communing, communitation, converging, convergitation, mergitation, not just crossing our legs, closing our eyes, crossing our fingers and hoping to get enlightened one day, maybe after many lifetimes of schlepping to enlightenment, like trudging and dragging our ass to enlightenment. But there's joy in this way. Every step of the way to awakening is awakeful. Every step of the way to heaven is heaven, friends. Don't overlook it. Don't wait. Don't postpone and procrastinate. Everything changes. We might not get there tomorrow, or when we die, or in the next life, or when we retire, when the kids go to college. We might not get there. We might be in the next life. Everything is impermanent. As Buddha taught his first teaching, impermanence. Live now. We're all going to die, but who will really truly live authentically? Not just jargon. Buddhism, schmoodism, as my mother would say. I want to hear about the truth. Tell me your truth, Jeffrey. Lama Surya Das, with her Jewish New York accent. Tell me the truth, Jeffrey. What did you understand after all those years contemplating your navel in Himalayas? So I wanted to share with you a little about this great way of awakening. Every step of the way is the way, not waiting. Nowness awareness, the power of now, as some have called it. This is an ancient yet timeless message. Be here now, the power of now. It's now or never as always. Tomorrow never comes. Linear time moves from past, present to future, but now is divine time. Now, 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 now. Of course we can plan now. We can remember now. It's nowness awareness that's remembering. Nowness that's planning. Don't fool yourself. Don't wait. Come home to your body, your energy, your breath, your awareness, your Buddha mind, now. It's only in the now that we be. Planning takes place in now. Remembering is in the now. It's no contradiction. To live in the now, divine time, timeless time, the holy now, the complete and perfect now. The Christian mystics called it divine time, the eternal. We Buddhists don't talk about eternity. We call it the deathless now. Buddha himself called it deathless nirvana. Not immortal me, deathless nirvana. The now. The fourth time, past, present, and future, linear time, horizontal time, in which we are born, grow old, and die. If we're lucky, everything that's born dies one day, is bisected, is every moment by this ascendant divine time, in the now, where we live. At the center of that mandala, that cross, that pyramid-like now. In the center of the mandala. The only place we can be. That's why awakening is all. We're all Buddhas by nature. We only have to recognize who we are, what we are. We're all Buddhas by nature. It's only temporary obscurations that cover it, that veil it. Thus we talk about purifying obscurations to reveal what's within. Thinning the veils of illusion, like clouds covering the sun that's already there, sun of enlightenedness, bodhicitta, Buddha heart mind, Tathagata Garbha, Buddha nature. I'm talking in Sanskrit because I like to talk dirty like that. It sounds good. But what does it mean? It means, well, it's inexpressible in words, but we try. We put poetic terms on it. The inner light, the inner divinity, the Godhead, not God up there, the Godhead, God's footprint. In the last place we ever look for it, in ourselves, in each other. Not in the next life, not in Nirvana, not in Tibet, not in some other holy land, Benares, Mount Meru, Kailash, Jerusalem. I've been to all those places. Maybe you have too. If it's not here, it's not there, it's nowhere. As it says in the Upanishads. If it is here, it's everywhere, as it says. But still we must find out for ourselves if that's true. Not just believing. That can only go so far. Exploring, discovering for ourselves so that we move from belief to conviction, realization, insight, enlightenment, liberation, wisdom. Not just information, but understanding, insight, realization, self-realization, eventually wisdom of oneness, enlightenment, heart, mind. We're like a transparent eyeball then. Not just a little bubble self in the ocean of being, or like a little cog in the big machine lost, like an existentialist with no exit, so sad. I remember a long time ago I heard a song in spiritual ashrams in, I think it was in England, I am a bubble, make me the sea. I could relate to that. I'm a bubble, make me the sea. Oh, wow. Sea, infinite, me, small. But bubble is already in the sea, of the sea. Inside is sea water. Outside is sea water. See? I am a bubble, make me the sea. Mahatma Gandhi's favorite prayer. Gandhiji, yesterday was his birthday, so honored to be here in India on such a great day, such a great man, a great soul, really, Mahatma. His favorite prayer, again from the Upanishads, was, Lord, lead me from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge with a big K, wisdom. Lead me from death to immortality, deathlessness. In other words, lead me from darkness to light. I am a bubble, make me the sea. And in that prayer is already the feeling of being in it. The bubble is in the sea, of the sea. You don't have to slay your ego. You just see through the limits of the bubble-like separateness. See through illusion of separation to realize the sea within, without. The sacred space inside is bigger than outside. Amazing. Amazing. Eureka! What a discovery, better than discovering gold. That's why spiritual masters and spiritual traditions really have so much joy and buoyant lightness. The big smile, not just temporary. Happy and sad, like a human yo-yo. But the great peace beyond the duality of happy and sad, peace and movement, peace and noise. The great peace, the inner stillness beyond movement and quiet. The great peace, nirvanic peace, that we can find in ourselves and together. That's my subject today. Every step of the way is the way. I call it co-meditation, meditating with everyone and everything every moment. Not just with your guru, not just with your breath, but with your dog, your cat, your loved one, your child, with the tree, with the horse, with the ocean waves, with the sky, the wind, the flower, also with the dog shit. Everything is part of it. Interconnected, inseparable, one, interbeing. So it's a vision of oneness that we cultivate and develop. Here we talk a lot about science and spirituality, and we're all modern, now postmodern people. That's great. Research is important, and development also important. Not just research and development. In Buddhism we call it bhavana, development, cultivation. Cultivating wisdom, not just praying for it. Cultivating concentration, like through meditation, anapanasati, and so forth. Cultivating love, not just waiting for someone else to give it to us or love us. Love comes through loving, friends. Not just, I love you. Come on, you love me first. If you give me flowers, I will love you better. No, love comes through loving. As it says in the Bhagavad Gita, giving without expectation of return. Doing what needs to be done without being attached to the results. Because it's what needs to be done. It's what's right. Virtue is its own reward. Doing what needs to be done. Because it's the only thing we can do. Like with our children, giving them our best constantly, whether they're grateful or not. Even the teenagers, being patient, whether they're grateful or not. Because it's the best we can do, giving them the best. Love comes through loving, and that's the message here. Loving everything, co-meditating with everything, being one with everything, intermeditating, like interbeing, recognizing our interbeingness, as Thich Nhat Hanh, the great master of Vietnam, calls it. Interbeing, he calls it. And he is a master. And he knows many languages, and he's very learned in Buddhist scriptures and in the ways of the world. Thich Nhat Hanh, the great peace activist and Buddhist monk and poet of Vietnam. I hope you read his wonderful books. The Miracle of Mindfulness. Peace is the Way. So many books he's written. He always talks about this. Now. The miracle of mindfulness. Now. Washing the dishes with mindfulness is enlightenment practice, not just meditating. So I call that co-meditation with the dishes. Wiping the baby's butt. It's a joy of love. What's the choice? Of course. Why not be fully into it 100%, one with that? So the loving mother feels one with it. Sometimes, most of the time, let's not be idealistic. Sometimes we're happy, sad, but there's a bigger heart at work that we can tune into. So here today I want to explore that a little. We're practicing co-meditation. I'm instructing a little about it. I'm talking about it. We're going to have some questions and answers so we can talk more directly to you, to your practice, to your experience, to your discovery. Research and development, developing bhavana, sati bhavana, developing awareness of oneness. Metta bhavana, loving kindness, cultivation. Not just research, intellectual, but development, experiential, making it part of ourselves. Not just consuming, but also reflecting, digesting it, making it part of ourselves, nourishment. Not just being consumers. I don't have to talk about materialism. We're all aware of this today. Not just being consumers and getting what we want, but integrating it, becoming producers and distributors, sharing it with others. As Swamiji says, as Prakriti Ji always says, learn meditation, teach meditation. Now, I'm not really in favor much of missionaryizing, proselytizing, pushing it on others. As a Buddhist teacher, Buddha tells us, only teach when asked, only go where invited. That's fine, but in the modern day, we also have to talk about outreach. Outreach and in-reach. Doing our homework in-reach and sharing with others, inviting outreach. Not shoving it down their throats, missionary style, but compassionate action, seva, service to God by serving humanity. Or if we're Buddhists, we don't like to talk about God much. We don't understand those words anyway. Seva, service to the highest by serving the lowest. Like Mother Teresa in Calcutta, serving the lowest. That's the Bodhisattva way, the Buddhist heart way. Seeing the light in everyone and everything and serving that, reflecting it to them and being reflected to ourselves. So it's like breathing in and breathing out, or mirroring, co-meditation with everything, mirroring. Yes, an hour every morning or night in meditation, yes, but there's 23 other hours in every day to co-meditate, commune, convergitate together. Be one. And develop, research and develop this. And the research part is very important, questioning, inquiring, not just taking it on blind faith. Blind faith is blind. Faith can become conviction, knowledge, and realization, and then enlightenment, wisdom, transcendental wisdom, discerning wisdom, discriminating wisdom. So I want to mention today a few things, and then we'll get to the Q&A, then we'll have our break. I could talk and lecture all day about many things. I don't want to teach about Buddhism today. You can read my books, Awakening the Buddha Within, 8 Steps to Enlightenment, about Eightfold Path. It's all there. And many other masters and mistresses also, female masters' books, YouTubes, blogs, and online streamings, podcasts. It's all there. Also here we have many masters, some speaking from stage, some speaking from your side. But still, it's all within. We have it within. Let's see through the illusion of separation and recognize the inner sun through the clouds of our neurosis, our karma and kalesha, to talk Buddhist, our conditioning and our obscurations. The inner sun, the rising inner sun of wakefulness, naturally reaches out with its light rays of compassion in action, seva, loving kindness, compassion, and action, the bodhisattva way of giving, of self-giving, caritas, self-giving, love in action. So wisdom and compassion or love always go together, like a bird needs 2 wings to fly. 1 wing is not enough. Developing wisdom, researching and developing, exploring, realizing self-knowledge, wisdom, realization, and good deeds, seva, compassion, generosity, action. Very important today in our troubled world, our beautiful but troubled world, endangered world even. So I myself, people are always asking me how I came to this. A nice Jewish jock, means athlete, from Brooklyn, New York. I went to University of New York. I met these things in 1960s. Then we were fighting for peace, trying to stop the Vietnam War when I was a college student. And my friend, Allison Krauss, was shot and killed in 1970, May, at Kent State University, when 4 teenagers, 4 teenagers were shot and killed by the National Guard, the American Army, on their campus protesting the Vietnam War. And 20 others were shot and injured. My friend, 19 years old, one day she was there, and the next day she was dead from a soldier's bullet on college campus. That freaked us all out. And I started to feel fighting for peace is not the way. It's a contradiction in terms. Better become peace. Find a way, become peace, become a peacemaker. That's when I first started to hear about Martin Luther King, who talked about Gandhiji a lot, and the Dalai Lama, and peace, ahimsa, non-aggression, non-violence, ahimsa. And started to read those things and the writings of those masters, Gandhiji, Dalai Lama, Thich Nhat Hanh. Remember, he was Vietnamese. He saw a lot of suffering in Vietnam. He's been peace activist for 50 or 60 years. So I learned to meditate and chant in college and study Eastern philosophy, but I couldn't really practice in college. So when I graduated in New York University in 1971, I came to India, overland from Europe and Turkey and Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, to India. And I went to Mr. Goenka's course, one of his early 10-day Vipassana Insight courses, 10-day meditation in the desert of Rajasthan, near Mount Abu. There was about 60 people, Goenkaji, U.S.N. Goenka, the great pioneer of Vipassana meditation in India. And many of these people trained by him spread it now in the Western world and all over. I'm sure you know. Also in prison in India and elsewhere, prison court. Ashram meditation retreats, very wonderful work. So that's where I first learned Anapanasati in 1971 here in India. I know you didn't even think I was that old, but I'm really very old. But meditation makes me feel and seem young. So Goenkaji asked us to, if we wanted to vow to meditate for 1 hour every morning and every night for the rest of our lives. So I was 20 years old. I didn't know any better, so I eagerly said, yes, yes, Master, yes. Meditation is so peaceful. I never felt this peaceful, this happy, content, lovey before. And so that's what I actually tried to do that in 70s. I stayed in India in 80s. I became a Buddhist monk in Tibetan Lama training in Darjeeling, Tibet, Bhutan, Sikkim. I traveled around. I went to other ashrams. My first guru was Nim Karoli Baba, who named me Surdas, after the Bhakti poet, Suryadas. I was with Baba Muktananda, Anandamayi, Swami Muktananda, Osho, Goenka's teacher, Munindra. But then I met the Dalai Lama and I studied with his teachers I learned Tibetan, 70s and 80s. I went to many Goenka's 10-day, 30-day meditation courses in Bodh Gaya. I'm just telling you how, like, an American guy could actually do this. Like, if I can do it, a Jewish athlete, jock from New York, you can do it. Anybody can. You're Indian. You're like halfway enlightened already. Maybe 2/3. I don't know. It's hard to measure. Some of you 4/5. Maybe some of you are perfect already. But you could just use a little tweaking, a little polishing. We're all Buddhas by nature, but we could use a little polishing. How about that? Just a little polishing. So 70s, 80s, 90s, I went to Japan to study Zen Buddhism for 1 year and work, teach college, teach English, make money, come back to India for some more years. 70s, 80s, early 90s, I did 3-year, 3-month Tibetan Lama retreat in solitude, became a Lama, and then started to lead meditation retreats around the world and in America especially through my Dzogchen Center, Tibetan Buddhist meditation retreats, 1 month, 2 months, 1 week, 1 weekend. That's what I do. I know some of you want to know what my parents thought. Of course they were freaked out. My Jewish New York parents were freaked out. They thought I was a hippie in Kathmandu taking heroin, probably going to die. They were freaked out. And in those days, we had no internet, no cell phone. Is anybody that old? You remember before email? No cell phone. We had aerograms. It took 2 weeks for an aerogram to go from Benares or Kathmandu. That was the air letter to go to America. Sea mail took about 3 or 4 months if it got there. So I went to the post office in Bodh Gaya, tried to call my parents with trunk line, very expensive, very statically, with long line, people waiting. Anyway, it was a great time, a good karma. And I found what I was looking for. I found what I was looking for in the Himalayas, but inside. I had to make that journey from America to there. Maybe because of past life karma, who knows these things. But it's a journey you too can make, anybody can make. You are making, since you're here. We're here together, making the journey together. Not just the journey from here to there, from samsara to nirvana, but from here to totally here. Who is totally here? 100%, 200%, 2.0, then 3.0, because evolution is the law. Not just from here to there. Pilgrimage is wonderful. I recommend it. Travel is also good. It's broadening. It's fun. But this inner journey from here to totally here, or to put it poetically, from here, from the head to the heart. How about that? For you overeducated intellectuals, people like me, with a lot of information and schooling. But I didn't learn spiritual, experiential practices in my Jewish, Christian upbringing or university background. So these days, the scientists are also coming along with their research, finding out the great benefits of yoga and meditation, vegetarianism, healthy living, even good deeds, compassion, altruism. Scientists are finding out new research. You can read the papers. New means 20 or 30 years. It's new, but it's well established now. In the new time, that's not that new. Well established studies, how altruism, compassion, unselfishness is good for us, changes our brain chemistry, produces the happy hormones like dopamine, like serotonin, helps our brain chemistry so we feel better, we're happier. It's not just that we should be generous or unselfish or compassionate. It actually changes our brain chemistry, and our brain, through neuroplasticity, it actually changes our brain structure. Meditation does. You can read the science, research. It's coming. It's very popular now in the West. I'm sure you've heard. Mindfulness and yoga are everywhere in Western countries, and in hospitals, and army, and navy, and astronauts are studying it. And in Pentagon even, there is a lunchtime meditation program. In the Center of American Army, Pentagon, there's a lunchtime meditation group. It only has 6 or 7 people, but that's enough, because that's a seed like yeast. We are like the yeast that raises the whole bread, the whole loaf. Are you with me? The yeast, a few people, the yeast that can raise the whole loaf. Like here, there's many of us, but it's still a few in the 900 million of India and the 7 billion of human. But we are the yeast that raises the whole loaf of happiness, of consciousness, of a better world, enlightenment. That's how it works. Just like a little medicine can make our whole body better, maybe. Or a little prayer, or a little meditation, or a little love, or even just listening to somebody's problems can make them feel better. Small is beautiful, as they say, not just big. Outreach and inreach, raising the sun of enlightened wisdom through meditation, etc., and naturally unfolding its rays of compassionate action, seva. That's my mission, awakening the Buddha within, beyond the Buddha. As my teacher, the Dalai Lama of Tibet, always says, these practices, like meditation and prayer, vegetarianism and nonviolence, can make you a better whatever you are. This practice can make you a better whatever you are, Jew, Christian, atheist, agnostic, scientist, philosopher. You don't have to convert. Buddhism is not about converting. It's not even necessarily a religion. It's like a mind science. It's good for mental and physical health as well as metaphysical health. It's a mind science. There's no beliefs. You don't have to convert. You don't have to believe in rebirth. Meditation can get you there. But meditation means awareness, cultivating awareness practice, not just sitting there like me in my morning meditation room at 5 in the morning at home in Boston, Massachusetts, with my dog lying there sleeping and farting. This is me in the morning meditating. Oh, 35 minutes more to go. That's called dozing, napping, not meditating. What's the point? As if I'm getting paid by the minute? Longer is better? No. Let's talk about quality today, quality of awareness and presence, not just quantity, more. And quality, excellence, integrity, impeccability, even in all of our relations. Every moment is a bodhisattva moment. Every moment is a Buddha heart moment. Make every relationship meaningful. That's what I call co-meditation. Not just with those you like. What about those you don't like? You know, God likes them too. Try to see through the God's eye, the Buddha vision. Subscribe to that cable channel, Buddha Vision. It's free. It's better than YouTube or Netflix. I know you don't have Netflix here in India yet. You will. But Buddha Vision is always here. We can use it. See through your third eye, Buddha Vision, unitary consciousness, not just the dualistic two eyes of I like and I don't like. Big love is much bigger than the dichotomy, the separation of like and dislike. We love our children, I hope. Yes, right? Even when they do things we don't like, we still love them to pieces. Of course, mothering, not smothering. That's important, the middle way. Buddha never called his teaching Buddhism. He called it the middle way. I think that's his great teaching. Not too tight, not too loose. Not too much, not too little. Balance and appropriateness. I find that the great touchstone or the greatest help in my daily life. So after my 20 or 25 years in North India and seeing the masters and living with my teacher, Dalai Lama, the 16th Buddha, Karmapa, and other masters, famous masters, also unfamous masters in their monastery, learning Tibetan, doing many meditation retreats, I kind of found out from what I was looking for, although it's an infinite journey, and started to talk more with others when people ask and more sharing about that. I also heard J. Krishnamurti talk and many other people of 60s ashram. Krishna Das, the chanting master of America, one of my best friends from ashram days. Then in 90s, my friends in America invited me to come and teach there at their meditation center, Insight Center in Massachusetts, and others, many centers, yoga, universities, Buddhist psychology centers, Jung Institute. So that's what I do. Then I started writing books, now doing other kinds of media also. And I'm thinking now about the young people, the next generations. And I hope you are too. It's very wonderful to see so many young people here. It's wonderful. I was lucky. I got started when I was 20. It was good karma. But it's never too late. Don't be time-bound or space-bound. The grass is not greener on the other side. Enlightenment is not shinier somewhere else. Not up here, not in Tibet, or Benares, or Mount Kailash, or Jerusalem, or Hawaii, California, wherever you might dream of. It is all within, but not just in my ego. It is within our supreme self, our beingness, our Buddha-ness. Each of us and all of us together. We can't do this alone. Cannot do this alone. The Dalai Lama himself always says, we have to do this journey together. because compassion is as important as wisdom. You cannot do this alone. Even Buddha, who famously people say did it alone, did not do it alone, right? He had many teachers. He checked them all out, but he had two main teachers. We know their names. They're not famous now. I even forgot. It doesn't matter. He had two main teachers that he was grateful to. He said. He named their names. Hindu teachers, yoga masters. So even Buddha did not do it alone. And then he had his 5 friends, his 5 cohorts. When after Buddha was enlightened under the tree, he walked to Benares, to the deer park, and he met them and he taught them. So he had 5 friends also. So we cannot do this alone. So as Jesus said, wherever 2 of you gather in my name, I am there. As my own guru, Nimkaroli Baba Maharaji, who gave me my name, Nimkaroli Baba Maharaj, the Bhakti saint, said, when I die, find me in the satsang. As Buddhists say, we take refuge not just in Buddha, the enlightened teacher, or enlightenment, not just Dharma, the enlightening teachings, but in Sangha, spiritual community, helpful spiritual friends. Not just our co-neurotics, by the way. Maybe you need some new friends, helpful spiritual friends, Sangha, beloved community, Sangha. We need this third part. They're all equal in Buddhism, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Community is so important, like in every religion, really everywhere in every country. Community in our place, in our land, our family. The family is Sangha. The couple is Sangha. Even the many parts of ourselves are Sangha. It's good to embrace and accept them and listen to them a little. Even the many parts of our own self. So that's a little bit about my story. To talk about how we can do it today in the world. These things are very available. Buddha himself always said, come and see, ehipassiko. Come and see. Not you have to, not you should, but come and see. If you're interested, come and see. Check it out. If it's helpful, take it up. If it's not helpful, leave it aside. Don't believe me. I'm quoting Buddha in the Lama Sutra. The Lama Sutra, the sermon to the Lama tribe. He said, don't believe it because the Buddha said it. Don't believe it just because the elders say it, or the scriptures say it, or the parents say it. But check it out for yourself. Try it out. See if it works. See if it fits. He said, see if it's conducive, if it's helpful to the wholesome, to the pure, to the enlightening. Then take it up. If not, leave it aside. No problem. No sin, no guilt needed. It's a great message for today. Very egalitarian, very scientific. Check it out. Experiment, research. Find out for yourself. Meditate and see if it helps. Vegetarianize and see if it helps. How you feel? Yoga and see if it helps. Helps oneself and helps others. Always relational, co-meditation, interbeing, one. So I found this a great message, especially today in the egalitarian era we live in. It's very scientific. The last thing I want to say, I mentioned it the other day. Buddha was very, very rational, scientific in a way. He said, if you reproduce this experiment, make these steps, the Eightfold Path, 8 steps to enlightenment, you can replicate the results. That is the basic of science today. Nothing is accepted in science unless you can reproduce the results through the experiment, right? That's the basic test of modern science. Not belief, not democracy, voting. If you reproduce the exact experiment, you can have the same results. You can become a Buddha, become enlightened, realize your true Buddha-ness, your supreme self, your inner divine. And many have, millions, not just one begotten son of God or one begotten son of Buddha. Of course, Buddha had a son, Rahula. He became enlightened. He started Buddhism in Sri Lanka. But millions have become enlightened, male, female, old, young, Buddhist, not Buddhist. It's a universal message of awakening that I wish to you. Through meditation, we get it all. That's the main thing in Buddhism, if you wish to say. Mindful awareness, meditation, cultivating it.